It's an amazing thing when you think about it. Only a couple of the congregations in the Diocese of the Carolinas existed a generation ago. We're a church planting movement with some 30 plus congregations located throughout the Carolinas, also in Kentucky and in Tennessee. Nearly half of our congregations have found their permanent residence in their respective communities. Build Together Sunday is about us coming together as a diocese and helping those congregations that are currently striving to find a permanent location.
Good Shepherd has been in the Lake Norman area since 2002. Planted originally by 6 families and fairly quickly moved out of the temporary space that they were in to the YMCA. And since that time, we've really been developing this vision of seeking and sharing life in Christ through ancient future faith. That's been a privilege, a benefit, a real strength of the church. But the longer that we've been in the YMCA, of course, the harder it's been. For us to find a permanent location in our community, so many things would change. The YMCA, while it served us in countless ways, has become a barrier to one of the most fundamental things that we're trying to do as a church, which is to ask God to use us in the lives of other people.
As a church planter in the cafeteria, we'd have visitors who loved who we were and what we were doing, but they were concerned about our shelf life, and I get that. One visiting family new to the city simply said, "We just don't know if you'll be here in a year, and we're looking for stability." There were many growing limitations for us at Legacy Elementary, especially there were scheduling wrinkles that at times left us scrambling to simply have our normal service. After 2 years at Legacy Elementary, we began sharing space with Bethel United Methodist Church. We signed a 2-year shared use agreement, but 8 months in, Bethel decided to dissolve, and they were hopeful that we could buy the building and carry on worshiping there. So that's what we did. In December of 2017, the Lord provided. When we left Legacy after 2 years with about 70 people, we saw a massive uptick in energy. It's become a neighborhood space for playing soccer, for having picnics and events. So we've gotten to know people here and to share life with them in so many ways because we have a footprint in Sans Souci.
In our context, it means that people are hesitant to come and to participate. They don't know if we're going to be around in a year. And when you're not setting up and tearing down, when you're not having to meet the deadlines of the building's closing or when other people are planning to be there, instead to have a home that's our own, we're counting on it meaning beyond what we can put words to today. This move is critical for our continued development and for the mission that God has called us to perform in the Lake Norman area.
So you've heard from a representative church that has already made the transition into their permanent home, and you've heard from another church that is anticipating making this transition. I don't believe it's any accident that God has brought us together at this time in the Diocese of the Carolinas. Most of our churches are church plants. Most of them know the opportunity that's before them to grow the church, and all of us have discovered the value and the tool that a building can be. We have a chance now as a diocese to come together. Build Together Sunday is a Sunday that's going to happen once a year. It's an opportunity for our churches to join together in the mission of the church, to support one another in very tangible ways. I'm going to ask you, quite sincerely, that you will give. You will give to this project, that you'll give prayerfully, and that you'll give generously so we can see what God will do as He shows up through His people.